guys, so today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video, and it's how I told my parents I was pregnant. Now, I'm going to be disclaiming this right now. I'm not going to be talking about the reaction of my boyfriend's family. My boyfriend can talk about that if he decides to in a whole different video. Maybe he'll talk about it really briefly in a vlog. That's really all up to him, but in this video it's going to be particularly to me just because I get requested this in every single one of my videos at least 2 to 3 times, and even through messages. And I thought it would be a good idea just to put it out there because a lot of my actual friends have been wanting to hear the story, and I've just been telling them just wait and wait until I put it on YouTube. So here it is. Now, another disclaimer, I am not saying that you know, that getting pregnant young is a good thing, but I am saying that it's your life and you make it whatever you want to. You know, if you don't want to keep the baby, that's all up to you. However, that's a whole different video. I'm just disclaiming that, you know, I did get pregnant at 19. To me and my boyfriend, we're making the best out of it, and so is my family. And I have tremendous amount of support all over, like all over the place. Like, it's crazy. I have way more support than most teenagers would, and that I expected. So yeah, don't think that what I'm about to tell you, this might happen to you if you get pregnant, or yeah. I mean, if you have gotten pregnant and you would like to leave me a story of how you told your parents, go ahead, leave it in the comments. I'll definitely like to read that, but I'm going to get right into the video so you guys can know how I told my parents. Okay, so the way that I told my mom, I think it was like early January. So Christmas had already passed, and by Christmas, I already knew that I was pregnant. I was packing my stuff in case I got kicked out, because you know, when you find out you're pregnant young, the first thing that comes to your mind as a girl is, damn, I'm gonna get kicked out of my house. And I didn't think that I would get kicked out, because the only other person in my house that knew that I was pregnant was my brother. So he even told me, no, don't worry about it, like, they won't kick you out. And I kind of knew that they wouldn't. But I was still packing my stuff because I didn't want to be kicked out and not have my things, right? So I guess my mom wanted to buy me clothes this Christmas, which hadn't really happened since I was really young. And she came into my closet, and she must have seen that my closet was packed, because I have like a walk-in closet, and it's a really huge closet. It takes up a whole wall. So to see a walk-in closet be all packed, you know, it'll make you wonder. But I think she caught an idea off of that, but she was waiting for me to say something, or maybe she didn't want to go based off that. But I think my assumption is that she had a guess, right? So by the time I had my things packed that day, I was talking to the day that I told my parents is the day that my boyfriend told his parents. And I did get really nervous just because I didn't know what to expect, because me and my parents are not really close. I do tell them many things, but I don't tell them when I have like actual like problems. Like, I won't go to them like, hey, I have this going on. Like, I'll tell them what bothers me, but other things I'll keep them to myself. Like, you know, I don't know if that made any sense, but basically I wanted to tell my mom first, and I was really, really nervous. And I went downstairs, and then my mom was in the kitchen, and then I knew that it was just not the right time to tell her there, because my dad was in the living room, which was right next door to the kitchen, because they're connected. So my mom goes to her room. I wait like a minute, not even probably a minute, because I just wanted to get it out of my system and tell her. I followed her, and I said, hey, I have something to tell you. She's like, tell me. And I'm like, guess. And I had her playing the guessing game for like 35 minutes, and I basically was telling her, hey, I can't tell you because I'm really nervous, and I don't know how you're gonna react. She's like, well, just tell me. I'm like, just guess. And keep in mind that in previous videos I had mentioned that I was not in school and I wasn't working, so she thought that I was going back to school or I was getting a job, which made me laugh because neither of those were in my mind at that moment. So I was just like, no. And she was just like, well, it can only be 2 things. referring to either I was pregnant or I was getting married. And then she just gave me a quick story about how my grandparents, she told my grandparents when my dad was gonna go and ask them if he could marry my mom. And in my head I was kind of like, oh, okay, like she's killing time, but I kind of just want her to guess because I want to get this over with. And I was wearing a hoodie, and it was one of those hoodies where you can put your hands in the front, and in the front I had my hands and I had the ultrasound picture, but I was holding it really tight because I didn't want it to make any noise. So then I just told her, okay, well, you know what, I'm pregnant. I just told her. And she would look at me because she was ironing, and I was just leaning against the door next to her closet. But once I told her that I was pregnant, she didn't look at me, I guess because she was realizing, she was kind of processing it through her head, I'm assuming, that I was pregnant, because she just wanted to hear it from me. Because she even told me during the time I had her guessing, I want to hear it from you. So I told her, yeah, I'm pregnant, and she wasn't mad. She just asked me, so what are you gonna do now? What are your plans, and what are you guys' plans? I just talked to her really briefly about that, but her reaction was just take care of yourself, and do you have a doctor? And then she's like, when are you gonna tell your dad? And at the time my dad had left to go pick up my sister and brother. No, just my brother from work. And I'm like, I'm gonna go eat, because I hadn't eaten all day because I was so nervous on telling you guys. So I went to go eat really quick, kind of like I had already gotten off my chest one parent. I just needed my dad. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat, because if I don't eat, I'm only hurting myself and I'm hurting my baby. So I ate something, I went to my room, and then I realized, like, you just told your mom, just go ahead and tell your dad. You know, even if he gets mad, you have your mom. So I went downstairs and I sat on top of the couch, and my mom and my dad were watching TV, and my dad was like, well, when did you get here? And I was just like, oh, I've just been sitting here. And I told my dad, my mom has to tell you something. And my mom was like, no, I'm not telling him anything, you are. And my dad was like, tell me then. So I was like, well, remember earlier in the week that I told you I was going to go do something for school? Realistically, I had went to the clinic, and that day they told me that I was pregnant. It was verified that I was pregnant, which that was true. Earlier on the week, that week was the week that it was verified. In my perspective, and I had accepted the fact that with ultrasounds and blood tests, and after, like, I think it was like a visit or two to the doctor, I knew for sure that I was pregnant. So I did, I wasn't lying there, and I did tell him the truth, and he was like, okay. So he didn't get mad either, and he just told me, so what are you gonna do now? He told me that he wants me to be eating, and he was just asking me, like, at that point they were already together, so they were just asking me, like, what are your plans, like you know, you have to be eating, like, to be exercising. They were telling me things that were gonna benefit me in my pregnancy. They didn't care that I was pregnant, and they weren't mad. They just wanted to make sure that I was healthy and that I was gonna be taken care of, and they didn't kick me out. And it was a really huge stress reliever. But yet again, like, right now I'm still living with them. I'm not moving until 3 weeks. And I did get really lucky that my parents did not get mad. Most parents would get mad. Most parents wouldn't even talk to their child. My parents talked to me that same day and every day after that, and they were still very supportive. Sometimes even when I have cravings, they go out and get them. They're really nice. They're really supportive. And yeah, I'm really lucky, and I don't take advantage of that. And yeah, that's how I told my parents. It was really hard, I will admit that much, but I feel like you know when the right time is to tell your parents, and if you feel that growing up you were a good child. I feel like regardless if you were to get pregnant or maybe get married or something that wouldn't happen until later in life, I feel like your parents will regardless support you, even if you feel like your parents are strict. So if you feel right now that you're pregnant and you haven't told your parents, or if you do end up to get pregnant and you're just watching this video because you're curious to see how girls told their parents, I would say wait. Not saying wait as in like because you're not going to enjoy your life or anything like that. I'm not saying that because that's not how I feel. I'm just saying wait because your outcome might not be the way my outcome turned out to be. And for most cases that I've seen videos here on YouTube, most parents get mad, do kick them out, and they don't talk to them. And that's the only advice I could give. Also, don't ever feel like, even if your parents do get mad, don't feel like that's the end of the world. They'll come around. It's just their reaction at the moment. It's just their anger, frustration. And if they do yell at you, just hear them out. You can ignore them, like as in like you can pay attention to them and kind of like be ignoring what they say. But also keep in mind that they're your parents. They're only doing that because they care. And obviously, when I have my baby, I'll understand the shit that I put my parents through growing up when I was being bad in school and all of that. But if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any requests or are just curious about anything, don't be afraid. Ask me in the comments. I will post a video later on in like a month or two about where you can put questions, and I'll answer them in a future video. But for now, if you have any questions, ask and I'll answer. And yeah, that's how I told my parents that I was pregnant. If you guys have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you like this video so I know you liked it, and so other people can see it and find my channel. Press like, and just let me know what you thought in the comments. And I also want to continue saying thank you to everyone that keeps subscribing to my channel and for all the nice comments. It really means a lot to me. You guys are really nice. I've been meeting a lot of new friends. A lot of new girls are in in most similar situations as mine, that they're pregnant. I see that when I visit their channels. Sometimes they're single teen moms, and don't be afraid to message me. If you're having trouble with your baby, if you feel frustrated and you want someone to talk to, go ahead and message me. I'm always here. And if you just somehow came across this video, check out my other videos. They're really fun. I vlog, I do makeup tutorials, advice videos. I do a lot on my channel. Just go ahead and check them out. And yeah, don't be afraid to become my friend. Okay, bye guys.